June 25, 2007!
Thank you, Louis.
Welcome, Rob. This is Louis Pedron, Mirror Reflection here. Woo! Interviewing our friend Rod.
Yeah.
How was the experience? The room was packed. Crazy.
Yeah, you know.
Is that like that every time you perform?
Pretty much. It was actually a medium-sized show for me.
Medium?
Yeah, I've performed packed houses at Caroline's. I've performed, my first time ever, I actually did it at St. John's University to 450 people. And it was my first time ever on stage. Nervous as a fuck, you know. And, you know, I guess because I've done it so many thousand times, it's become second nature. You get those little jitters beforehand, but as soon as you get off, you see those lights go on. It's like you were on vacation and now you're back home again, you know. It's great.
So tell me about your style. You talk about your mom.
I talk about my mom.
A lot. Tell me about that.
Well, yeah, I talk about her. She's very overprotective. She was. I'm an only child, so that means my mom was overprotective. You know, she kept me on a very, very tight leash growing up, and you know, a lot of comedy came from her, and I would say like she is a very big inspiration for my comedy. She supports it. When I was a kid, I was in high school. And I told her, you know, I think I want to drop out and be a comedian. And she said, no, keep going with school, and you know, you might find something. And then I was in college. I'm like, Ma, I want to drop out. I want to be a comedian. She said, well, keep writing and keep doing what you're doing, and we'll see. And then I graduated college by the skin of my teeth, and now I am doing comedy. And she's happy.
Nothing wrong with that, right?
She's happy as a clam.
Well, I love the way you like use voices when you're doing your anecdotal stories. Tell me about those voices.
Well, you know, I really, you know, I don't want to be straightforward with like a setup and a punchline. I like to do like a setup, and then I'll do the punchline. But then I like to top that and do an impersonation, do like an act out. You know, if I'm talking about my mother, I'm gonna act like my mother. If I'm talking about, you know, my next door neighbor, I'll act like him. And you know, I used to do impersonations of celebrities, but I wanted to make my act a little bit more personal. This way, people actually feel like they know me at the end of the show.
Talking about personal, you talk about Staten Island a lot. That's where you're from, right?
Born and raised. October 21st, 1982, St. Vincent's Hospital, Staten Island, New York. Been there ever since.
In the house. So tell me, what do you love about Staten Island? You always talk about it in your comedy.
What do I love about it? It's just that it's a tight-knit group. You know, like if you ever see those movies, like the kid movies with like, you know, you got the jocks and the nerds and the geeks. That's Staten Island, you know? It's just a tight-knit Italian group, and it's everybody bonds with each other, and there are, you know, I think I'm the only comic who actually talks about Staten Island, and I think I'm the only one from Staten Island. But no, there's definitely more from Staten Island. No, I think it's good. You know, it's a new fresh light. It's not, you know, that same material over and over again. You're getting a little insight about where I live. You know, definitely where you grew up, there was probably some crazy things going on, and I am, like always, getting another text message from a comedian. Actually, he can wait.
He better. Anyways, talking about a popular person, you're as popular as your dad. Your dad was in the house a while ago, and everybody was talking about how he was laughing at everyone.
Oh my God!
He's such a supportive person.
Oh yeah, completely.
Tell me about how your dad has been supporting your love of the arts, of comedy and whatnot.
As soon as I told him I was going to be a comedian, he was like, "Yeah, whatever, that's great." But then I did, yeah. But then I did it, and he saw it, and he was like, "Shit, he has a knack for it," and he's been listening to Opie and Anthony every morning. And, you know, like, you don't see this man like an Opie and Anthony kind of guy, but he'll listen to, like, all these stand-up comedy shows, and he'll come home, oh, my God, I just heard this new thing about Rich Voss. He's fucking great. Oh, yeah, you're going to be their level someday. I'm like, thanks, Dad. Really, I appreciate it. He's very, very supportive. Oh, crap. Yeah, later.
Boy, you're popular, man.
Yeah, it's more gigs.
Yes! We're actually in the midst of, like, after the reception, and there are a lot of people out there waiting for him, and I'm stealing like 10 minutes of these dudes' time.
Yeah.
But anyways, in conclusion.
Yeah.
Tell me about where Rob is going right now. I know this is a successful gig, but you know, you always have it, I think, regularly, like every day, every week.
I try to go out at least every day, or at least 3 or 4 times a week.
So what's next for Rob, man?
What's next for Rob? I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna do a lot more writing, and I'm gonna do a show at Gotham next month. I'm gonna host my regular show that I host in Staten Island, and you know, let's see where it goes. You know, I'm 3 years in, but that's still very new. So if you people out there are thinking about becoming a comedian, my best suggestion is take an acting class, take a writing class, take a comedy class, and just keep going at it and keep learning the craft, because 3 years in, you're still a newbie. And who knows, maybe another 2-3 years I might be somewhere else. I don't know. But I'm going to keep at it, and I'm going to see where it takes me.
You will, man. You will be somewhere else.
I hope so.
Tell me about your website.
My website, it's still under construction. I was going as another name, but now I am me, Rob Dudley. You can catch me on MySpace, myspace.com/Rob Dudley 07, because apparently there's 6 other Rob Dudleys. Apparently, yeah, it's a popular name, and all the 6 other Rob Dudleys are black. I don't know how that happened.
There's an athlete. And
maybe it's because they're athletes, but you know, I still love you guys. But I'm the 7th one, so myspace.com/Rob Dudley 07, and there's a link to my iWeb, MySpace.
And his webcam.
My webcam.
We're gonna do the ending here.
All right, yeah.
So we're together. So this is Louis Pedron for FanClubX.com, and we had that very good show at Comics, starring guess who? Rob Dudley in the house. What's your website again? Tell us about it. Your MySpace.
MySpace.com, Rob Dudley 07. I'm a little drunk right now. I had a really good show. Yeah, come check me out. I'm going to be doing a live at Gotham on July 25th. Come check it out.
Louis Pedron at the Green Room of Comics, 353 14th Street, New York, off 9th Avenue. Thank you, guys. Woo, yeah!
Fan Club X!
Yeah!